What is up, everybody? Welcome back to jellygoonTV. Welcome back to all my beautiful viewers and subscribers, of course. Welcome back to the gorgeous Jellygoon squad. So, yeah, it's another episode of the Jellygoon podcast, I guess. Last time I didn't expect to get that many views. It's not much for other people, but it's actually much for me. That people actually are willing to listen to what I have to say and are actually curious what's going on in Jelly's mind or whatever the reason that, the reason you came and watched the podcast. I'm really excited about this. So, today is Saturday, the 27th of May, and it's a beautiful day today. There's sun in Denmark. I hope there's sun in your country, and I hope that you are blessed with everything that goes on in the world. I hope you have a beautiful day. Hope you had a beautiful week. I just been working, like literally just been working, and we got orders on emptying a warehouse because the contract was almost out, so they're gonna be kicked out, and we had to empty 4,500 pallets. So that is always something, and we almost there, and really excited about it. It's awesome. I never take my work home because when you work so much as I do, you really don't care when you come home. And quite frankly, I really don't care because it's about working so much and getting so much money, but don't bring it home, because when you bring work home, you really do destroy the narrative of having a free time. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just annoying, bringing your co-workers home and all that kind of stuff. It's just annoying, if things happen or something like that. I don't say you can't socialize. I'm just saying it's annoying. But yeah, we definitely did that, and that was really amazing. It was a beautiful week. Really did like it a lot. Paycheck is gonna come on Wednesday from my work, so that's gonna be awesome too. I really do need it right now. I'm down on resources because the baby costs so much money, and I have to send to my wife too. I have to pay the bills. I have to do a lot of things. So being the sole provider is okay for me. I really do enjoy it a lot. I think it's one of the most amazing things in the world. As a dad, as a husband, I can provide to my family, and the old school stuff that people they keep talking about. I really do enjoy it a lot because I think it's very important to have at least one parent or one person who is providing something. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it's a man or woman. It could be a woman, of course, too. There's no, you are no less of a man if you are getting supplied by a woman. I don't feel like, there's other things that you could do. You could keep the family together or whatever. Yeah, the roles have definitely changed since 1950, where the women were in the kitchen, the women were at home, the women were really, doing the home stuff, doing the cooking stuff, and basically just staying at home, taking care of the kids, taking care of the situation, cleaning the house, all of these kind of stuff, accessories that really needs to be done in a day to day. But I really do respect, couples who just go through life and they just have to get it to work, because many people, they fight this gender equality thing, and they go to a relationship depending on the guy to react a certain way or treat her a certain way, or a guy is going to a girl to expect her to treat him a certain way. But that's just not how it is today, and people really can't comprehend with a relationship. Like, a relationship is basically a ship that you have to keep on float and don't sink it. When you sink it, you go off each other and you break up and you do all the stupid stuff that goes on in the world, and it's really, really annoying when that happens. But I feel like in a relationship, you're supposed to accommodate each other with what you got to, present to the other partner, rather that be that you were sweet or you were good at something, or like that. And you're supposed to keep each other up. You're supposed to talk to each other. You're supposed to get talk about feeling, talk about complicated things that goes on in that relationship, and just don't give up on it, because people nowadays, they have an easy time giving up on a relationship. It's like, I'm looking for the perfect man, but I'm not willing to sacrifice myself for the perfect man. He has to come to me. It's like saying I'm gonna win the lotto tomorrow because I'm the most luckiest person on earth. The world is not like that, sweetheart. It doesn't work like that. People are very narrative driven when it comes to relationships. It's crazy, man. They really want the perfect one. They want the one in the movies. They want the one, narrative to their, viewpoint. But it's not really, a relationship is not being selfish. It's not about what you want. It's about what your partner wants. And people really have to, rely on that and really present relationship like it is, what it is. It's two people who is coming together, trying to find the same boundaries, trying to find each other's boundaries, so we don't overstep each other and we still respect each other. That's basically what a relationship is. And you love each other. Now, the problem with older relationship is that, of course, they started to love each other in the start, but then it became more friendship than a relationship. And then they just started like, never mind, we're just gonna live together. We're not gonna do anything together, but we're just gonna live together, be friends, all that kind of stuff. I heard that before from a woman in her 60s, 70s, that it was just basically a best friend. It wasn't really like a relationship. So there's always a great thing just to spice it up and do something for your significant other. It's really beautiful. It's really amazing. But yeah, as I say, Saturday is the 27th. In Denmark on Monday, it's a holiday, so we're not going to go to work there. Just to have a little bit length of weekend because, we work so hard as men. All this kind of stuff. So So yeah, it's nice with a long weekend. I really do enjoy it a lot. Sometimes I do enjoy the holidays, other times I really don't because it comes out of my paycheck. So I really don't enjoy it that much. But it's nice with free time, spending on the wife, spending on everything that we want, videos, whatever we can do, this podcast right here. And yeah, I don't have that much time to YouTube anymore, which really hurt my heart because I love making YouTube videos so much. But the energy is not there for it when I work 13 hours or 12 hours, 11 hours, whatever. And I have to go home and make a video too. I can't really do that because I don't feel. And right now I'm really confused what kind of content I'm gonna make, but I'm just gonna, I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna go with the vibe. I'm gonna go with everything that goes on and just make whatever I want to make. Because again, at the end of the day, this is my channel and I'm just trying to provide the real of me, like the reality of it. Like you see me, I'm a person. I'm not some, guy who's hiding behind a corporate image, like trying to be fake, trying to be over the top, smiling, trying to be like, like those guys on like the music industry kind of guys, what I mean? Smile all the time, nothing is wrong. We gotta suppress the feelings, we gotta suppress crying, we gotta suppress mental breakdown, all that kind of stuff. And yeah. Anyway, talking about that, I also think Father's Day is coming up, and I'm a part of that right now because I'm waiting a son, which is always a beautiful thing. I love my son. I love my wife. I love unborn son because my son is not here yet, but I'm happy and I'm excited to see that. But yeah, Father's Day is almost coming up, and I think it's a very, very important thing to celebrate, like Mother's Day, because on Mother's Day, the mothers who is the heroes, and they do so much for the kids. They do everything for the family. They provide. They do a lot of things. They independent. They do a lot of things. They strong women. But on Father's Day, it's much more the father that is in focus. And when I mean the father is in focus, I mean the mental breakdown, all this kind of stuff that you could not talk about, anything like that. That fathers also have feelings. Like men are not these cold-hearted people who just go to war, kill everybody, and don't feel anything. That's not how we are. And Father's Day is a very, very, very beautiful, beautiful thing. Of course, not for everybody because not everybody likes men. Apparently, there are some women who really hates Father's Day and who really does anything to discriminate against fathers and do everything they can do to talk about men's issue like it's not a problem. But men's issue is 100% a problem, and we do have a problem in the world, guys and girls. We do have a problem in the world with guys not coming up, talking about mental illness, talking about mental break, talking about what they feel, how they do. It's no longer the 1940s, 50s where we just have to shut the fuck up and do our work and just work our asses off and then die. I don't want to do that. I have feelings too, I'm not trying to be a pussy anything. See, there it was again. I'm not trying to be a pussy anything, you know what I mean? Like that's the typical guy code thing, right? But again, I want to say we should not lay everything behind us and don't think about, accomplishing something or pushing ourselves up or going ahead or anything like that, because it's okay to recognize that you have feelings, but you cannot stay there all the time. And it's okay to recognize that you have a heart and you could be broken down and all this kind of stuff, but you cannot really stay in that state of mind, because if you stay in that state of mind, there's something that will happen to you, and that is breaking totally down, thinking about suicide, thinking about how life is really hard and all this kind of stuff. So some of the older mentality is actually working a lot for people, for men, for women, for everything like that, because you really do have to stand up again and just move on. That's something I want to learn my kid too. Like, you can have feelings, you can cry, it's okay to feel vulnerable. Come on, man, we all people, we all human beings. We go through some of the worst shit in heaven. We just think about it in boxes and we take it day by day and we trying to survive. But what I want to learn my son is that it's okay to cry, it's okay to sit down, but get the fuck back up. Don't sit down there all the time crying. Get up, do something about it. Stop being, I'm sorry to say this like it's the typical man thing, but stop being a goddamn pussy. Do your fucking thing. Go up, take the world, because the world doesn't give a fuck about you. The world is not waiting on you. There's nobody waiting on you. You have to take what is yours. You have to go get your money. You have to do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? That's what I want to teach my son, because I feel a lot of, sons and guys, they don't really learn that shit anymore, because we been so centralizing with this feeling stuff that, we forgot where we come from and we forgot what we're supposed to do. And, that is survive. We're supposed to survive. It's to call the whole truth, the cold hard truth. But we have to survive. That's basically our basic instinct, that we have to survive. And that's what we do in this world every single day. From being the homeless guy down the street, the woman who's pregnant, the single mother who's fighting every single day to get food on the table, to do everything. The government is against her. They call her meetings every day trying to get it down. The homeless guy who has no home, who has been to war, or, just homeless because he got kicked out by his family. These are really, really horrible things. And, there's people out there like, father who lost his son in a car accident, a guy with depression, sitting and crying right now because he feels like his life is not worth living. And I just gotta say, man, no matter what problem you come through, life is always worth living, because that's the beautiful life. Life will kick you down sometimes, but the beautiful thing is that you can do whatever you can, and you can always succeed in this, getting up. It's amazing. You could be in your darkest hole. I've been there too, man. Been there too. And I felt like I couldn't get up, and there was nobody around me, surrounded by me, because they all had their own life. They all live in their own life, and that's what we don't have to forget. Like, people are not selfish like that. Like, sometimes they just have too much in their own life to going on. You are not the center of the world. That's the reason why you need to, you need to construct the backbone of your life. Because when people don't really care about you, you have to depend on yourself. And if you don't depend on yourself, you can't really depend on anybody. And unfortunately, that is the truth, because we don't have time to everybody. We don't have time. We also got to think about ourselves, especially in this world where, this model world where everything has to be perfect, this Hollywood world where the perfect woman is skinny and the perfect woman has big boobs or big ass or, something like that. And it's just not the fact, man. You're supposed to love yourself like you love others. You're not supposed to love others better than you love yourself. Come on, man. There's only one of you in the world. There's only one of you in the world, and you're special. Think about it like this. I watch a quote. Like, you remember when you get conceived, right? And the daddy shoots the sperm into the mother. You're one of the most luckiest people alive. Like, just remember this, man. You won a race against 5 billion other people. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. And that's a beautiful quote, because you did. So keep your eyes up today. Keep your head up today. Stay positive, and don't let the negative surround you like that, because, nobody want to listen to people who's just mad and who's just negative all the time. You know what I mean? That's not what we're trying to do. And even though we don't want to listen to it, of course we want to hear it sometimes, because, it's the real people feelings, So it's an important thing to stay on yourself. It's important to be surrounded by yourself, and it's important to love yourself, because nobody's gonna do it for you, See so many people hating themselves, calling themselves fat, calling themselves ugly, they not good enough, all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, dude, seriously, you look at yourself? Like, you look at yourself, the things that you do are amazing. You might not look at it yourself, but you are amazing. You are one of a person. That's why, I always look at the good in people, because why would I expect the bad from people? You know what I mean? Good in people always show sometimes. Of course, there's bad people. I'm not saying that, but they must have a good feeling too. Or they just suppress it. It must be the other way around. I don't know, man. It's just a crazy world that we live in, and it's very important that you call numbers. You call somebody to talk to if you have a mental breakdown, if you feel some kind of way. It's very important to talk to somebody, because, some people can do it themselves. I did it myself, but, it's not everybody who's that strong. And I'm not saying that you're weak, but I just, I got the special motivation at the specific time. That's all it takes. But if it doesn't happen for you, talk to somebody. It's very important to, reach out, and don't be scared. Don't be embarrassed by your feelings. Don't be embarrassed just because you feel, because nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm making this podcast right here, and my house is not that well isolated, so they could probably hear everything outside with me talking, everything like that. But I really don't care. I'm making my content. I do me, right? So if I was scared of life, and if I was scared of other people, and I didn't love myself, I'd be like, man, I sound stupid, or I'm trying to sound smart. I'm trying to sound famous, but I really don't care what the other people and my neighbors they listen to, because I'm trying to do me right here. I'm doing something they don't. While they lay on the couch and eat a bag of chips, I'm actually here trying to do something. So I'm not embarrassing what I do. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. And people, they can listen to whatever they want to listen to. I really don't care. I generally don't care. I blame my tenant. I blame my the people who rent this place out, because I can hear everything outside. It's fucking annoying, and I hate it so much. But people could probably hear me too. I don't really care, because I'm making content right here, baby, and we got to do it. 10 million views on YouTube, and what was it? 16,000 subscribers, and I'm just happy. I'm really happy for that. See how I just gotta yell that so people, they know that I'm actually talking to somebody. That's the insecurity that we really do. You know what I mean? That's the insecurity and we have to talk about it like it is, because we are scared of other people's opinion too. That's one of the things I want to touch on too, because every time we think about what other people they think about us, and we think about what other people judge us. When we walk through the street with the pink scarf, what do other people think about it? Fuck what other people think about you, guys. Fuck what other people think about you. Who cares? I'm gonna do me, you do you. Sweetheart, that's up to you. Don't come in my space and try to dictate how I'm supposed to do things, or how loud I'm supposed to do, or how I'm supposed to talk, or how I'm supposed to do this stuff, because I'm doing my thing right here, right now. Nobody's gonna tell me anything. And people, they are really scared of other people judging everybody, and that's the most annoying part of everything. My psychology told me the best, and this is one of the things that you gotta use. If you feel like people, they looking at you weird, or you're the center of the universe, which you are not, please stop up and just look at people. They might look at you, but you're really not the center of the universe, if you know what I mean. So that's really a good quote that I got from the psychologist. Oh, what was it called? Psychologist, God damn it. Yeah, but yeah, I dropped that because I didn't have the money for that. That's expensive though. Let's just talk about this too, man. Psychologists are some of the most expensive things in the world, man. God damn. Just to be happy, you have to pay in Denmark 700 per hour. That's crazy, man. Like I can't do that. I can't do that. So fuck that. I got that much feelings on me, man. I ain't got that much. I'm from the South, man. I'm greedy as hell. I'm greedy with the money, man. I really don't care, but yeah. Anyway, what's going on in the world today, man? What's going on? Let's see. Oh, if you haven't already, I make music. If you want to check it out, go to the channel, of course. I think I'm going to leave a link down below for the music. I don't know, but it's Anxious Music or something. And I'm also on, what is it called? It's called SoundCloud, goddammit. It's called SoundCloud. Find me there, Anxious, of course. Listen to my music. Feel what you think about it, but that's just me. That's how I do it, man. So yeah, talk. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about smartphones. Now, I know this is a stupid topic because we live in this city or we live in this world right now, but I think like smartphones have taken over everything. Like I just realized this, and this is something I want to talk with you guys about. Like, what the fuck is going on when you lose your phone? You have everything lost. Like when I lose my phone in Denmark, my credit card, my money, my everything is gone. Like I can't use anything. Of course I have my credit card, like you know what I mean, but you know everything is on here. Like the magical number you gotta do in order to see your bank statement. Like it's crazy how much the phone that we depend on right now in these days. I think it's crazy that the development. I mean, it's easy. It's like a credit card. You just put it in the pocket and you just keep moving. But I just think it's crazy that we so depend on this technology, and I think it's only gonna get worse. I mean, you heard about these AI voices. You heard about all this stuff that they can fabricate, other people, which is just freaking crazy, man. It's crazy that AI has gone to this point where you can't even hear the difference between somebody talking or is it AI. That's crazy shit right there, man. And also, your phone is spying on you, apparently. Your phone is recording everything that you're saying. It's taking the pictures that you take in, all this kind of stuff. Now, if a guy really want to sit and sort through my phone, do whatever you got to do, it's none of my business. You get paid for it, brother. It's okay. It's okay. I ain't got nothing to hide. It's okay. But yeah, anyway, I'm just saying, like, there is no guy who is going to watch every single phone in the world. I swear. There's no guy in the world from the CIA who's going to watch everything that you do on the online internet. They have computers for that. Again, AI. AI is a significant weapon that you can use, of course. I understand that. But they have to keep us safe. Is that what they're saying? But I don't know if they do it. But I just know Apple is kind of sketchy. Samsung is kind of sketchy because when you get your phone for the first time and you accept the terms of use, which I don't understand why you have to accept that, but you apparently have to do it, that you cannot hack with the phone. You cannot do all this kind of stuff. And yeah, they're basically taking your pictures. They're listening. They're recording every single thing that you do. And I think it's funny because one video that I saw on TikTok was like the advertisement thing. So if you talk about a thing in a specific time, it would advertise it for you. And I'm not kidding, it's actually working. And I really do like that. I really don't mind that so much that other people, they do. Oh, they listening to your conversation. Well, I'm saying what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I don't really care. I have this bad boy right here on me 24/7. I really don't care. If they want to call my attention, they want to call my attention. But I really do know what's going on. It's not about listening to people. It's more about marketing and branding to people. That means that there are some companies who want to make money. And this is a very, very big, huge, broad market in the advertisement thing. That you could collect data from your customers. Like, when you buy the next shopping A-time, rather that be a heart to your girlfriend or anything like that, you agree to collecting data. That means that they collect your data and they sell it. It's a known fact that people, they make money of this. And it's like this, like you a bubble, like out of 4 billion people in the world, you a bubble. And out of that bubble, there's all the things that you like to talk about, the things that you like, baby, Nintendo, PS4, everything like that. And then you are in this system, and then they know what they're going to advertise to you. It's a broad system. It's $1 billion system. It's really, really crazy how far this has come. And I think it's amazing that I'm actually proud that it's become this, because that's really amazing. Wow. It's really a brainwashed country or universe or world that we live in right now, where people, you could talk about everything and then you could just get it. Like, oh, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about buying some lingerie. I'm thinking about buying a new phone or something like that. Then it will come up on your Facebook, it will advertise, give you good prices and all that kind of stuff. Saves me money, saves me time. I love it. But But yeah, you can always say no if you don't want it. You don't have to buy it. Nobody forces you. That's the problem with people nowadays. They talk too much and nobody forces you really. You do it by your own. And that's the reason why I also want to talk about like these conspiracy people, right? Like they say, oh, we got to watch out because they're going to run the world. They're going to do all this kind of stuff. Well, brother, I got to tell you this, man. You already run by everything because you already buy all the big brands. You buy iPhone, you buy Android, you buy Samsung, you buy the Yeti microphone, you buy all these kind of things that you see other streamers they push, other YouTube videos, other creators, other Facebook things. You know, it doesn't matter what you do, they control you. And do you know what all these things they get made? Like this phone, for example, from iPhone or from Apple, it gets made in Africa by childish slave. Like kids are slaves. They put up these materials and then they sell it and they don't really get that big of a profit because as we know, people tend to rip off Africa. And that's the crazy part of it. But yeah, we do live in a world where everything is controlled by the big techs. And is it bad? Well, we made it like that. So it's not really. Like we can always unfuck it. But people don't want to because they want this luxury. They want this thing. People from the West, they want life to be easy. We don't want to concern ourselves with different things. We don't want to live in the 1800s. We don't want to live like that, you know? So is it a bad thing that they do it? Yes, of course, for the kids who's living in Africa. I wish we could do another, thing that could, be okay to do than this. And, but I can't really live without this device. I'm sorry. I can't. I just simply can't. I am to blame too for the problem. 100% we all are. I'm not sitting here trying to play the big hero like most of these podcasters they do or YouTubers they do. Like, did you know if you buy Nestle, you support Indian slavery and women getting killed? You know what I mean? Like, seriously. I eat some Nestle now and then. I don't eat it anymore because I know what they do. I don't support Nestle brand. I really don't. So I don't buy it anymore. But I'm trying to cut down. We can only do what we can do. You know what I mean? I can't live without a phone. I just simply can't. Is there other alternatives? Yes. Do I feel like I want a used phone? No, not really. I want my own. I want a new one. You know what I mean? It's a principle. But yeah, I really do think that we live in luxury around these parts. I really do think that. I believe that we live in luxury in these worlds and we have everything, but people don't want to live hard. They want to live easy. Ordering an Uber, ordering takeout. They don't want to stress too much about everything else, but they still stress. That's the problem. And that's what I find concerning. Like you have all these alternatives, you have all these things, calculator, everything like that, but your job is still hard. Your job is still stressing. Everything is stressing. Stress. But you have all these things that really do help, which I don't understand. It's crazy. But again, that's the world, that's people. We never happy about anything. You can see that in my country, some of the highest paying taxes, but we also get a lot, but we're not happy. We definitely not happy. We complain all the time. We're the ones who are good to complain. Like Danish people are good to complain a lot about everything. Even if they get cheated 3 Danish crowns one time, they come. But yeah, anyway, nothing like America. Let's talk about America. I know I hate it. I love America. Don't get me wrong. Love the American people. I really do. But there's some messed up videos over there, man. I swear. How many mass shootings are you going to have until you do something about weapons? I don't really understand how easy it is. Like you could go to Walmart and you could buy a gun. I could literally go to the supermarket and buy a gun if I was in America. You know what I mean? Like it's just crazy that these people, they really do love their guns so much. It's unbelievable that they are so obsessed about these guns. But again, I understand you want to protect yourself and I really do support that 100%. But you could support yourself with a Glock or a semi-automatic, like a gun or a fully automatic gun. But I mean, when they come out with RPG, shotguns, double barrels things, I think I talked about this in another podcast, but I'm just saying it's crazy, man. But that's the Americans, and they love to throw that First Amendment or Third Amendment or whatever it is in your face all the time. I have the right to protect myself. Well, in 15 or 14 or 1300, I didn't think that's what he meant. I think he meant that the British government was coming and you needed to protect yourself, and you could protect yourself because it was other things that no other man should have what another man has. They shouldn't steal. You know what I mean? I think it was tense on other, world living, like, not like right now. It's a different world from back then. So how can you apply the same rules to today? I don't understand these people who do this, but this is brainwashed Americans who believe in Trump, who vote anything that is, against other people, even though they are from Europe. Like this is like our cousin we don't like. You know what I mean? Like we're ashamed of it. So if you want a rule to apply to something, look at America first and see how it works, and then Europe, they look like, nah, might not be a good idea to imply that rule. Because we look at America and we see that, Americans, they go crazy. They put fucking vodka in their veins because it's coronavirus. They go crazy over their rights because they don't care about protecting other people. Because of coronavirus, they think the government is all corrupt, which it is. It is in America. It's a messed up system you have over there. But I'm just saying, man. Of course, there's corruption in every world, but I'm saying America's special. Like when you get an extra large over there, like, is it a double large? Like, I don't understand. It's crazy. I know Texas has huge portions. I know Texas has a lot of meat like that. They're gonna come up, you're gonna walk into the restaurant, gonna say, "What's up, boy? What you want?" I say, "I don't know what I want." I say, "I just got this cow inside last week. Y'all could get some of that if y'all want to." You know what I mean? I don't know if that was a Texas ass. Never mind. I don't care. Anyway, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. We eat a lot of meat though. Yeah, but I'm never gonna go vegan. I just gotta say that. I'm never gonna go vegan because vegan I really don't respect. I really don't respect these little soy boys who talk about like it's bad to kill animals, but the same products that they are taking, the soy things, are destroying the plants. They're destroying everything. What gives you the right to destroy a plant? What gives you the right? I'm gonna turn their own psychology on them. What gives you the right to say that a plant does not have feelings? The plant does not feel anything. What gives you the right to do that? What gives you the right to eat a plant? Huh? What gives you the right to break down its cells and make your fucking pasta salad or whatever you make, right? What gives the right? I don't know. But apparently vegan people are pissed at us for eating meat, especially McDonald's for some weird reason. I don't know why McDonald's is always the thing that goes crazy. Like, you know, like, everything goes crazy in McDonald's, man. Everybody protests McDonald's, which is a good thing because McDonald's is not really, you know, I mean, it's good food, but it's not really the best food. You know what I mean? But yeah, but nah, it's a crazy world that we live in, 100%. But we're trying to do the best that we can, and we're trying to get whatever we can. It's really, really beautiful. So yeah, it's a funny thing when people, they have to complain all the time about every single fucking thing that goes on in the world, right? They have to complain about meat. They have to complain about everything. And that's the world that we live in right now, is that everybody's really complaining about everything and there's not really anything to do about it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, and we can't really do anything about it, unfortunately. People like to complain, and that's just a part of the game, and that's the part of everything. You know what I mean? So yeah, but it's kind of crazy to see these vegans go crazy over nothing. And of course, it's always the fast food that is, you know, at the door. There was this one slaughter house or slaughter business that was the real deal. He basically put meat up he was slaughtering animals in front of the protesters because he didn't give a damn how they saw it or what they protested against. Now, see, don't mess with other people's businesses. That's people's livelihood. That's people's, you know, way of living, people's way of getting money, you know, feeding their family, everything like that. And I really do disagree when people, they do this stuff because I think it's very ridiculous. But hey, it is what it is, and we all, you know, live in a world where everybody is complaining and protesting about every single thing that we do. And of course, the climate and everything like that is very good because the world is changing and everything is really going to shit with all the things that we see what's going on. And yeah, basically anyway, one of the days that is not like Father's Day is Valentine's Day. Now, Valentine's Day is a very annoying day in my, you know, in my world or my life, because Valentine's Day is the product of, you know, capitalistic companies manufacturing a day, the one day of year where you have to be nice to your significant other, you have to be nice to your family, bought them gifts, do something special for them. Which, if you are the one guy who does everything special on Valentine's Day, I really feel like you don't treat your woman good. You don't do this kind of stuff. You don't really care about other people. You just do it because everybody else is doing it, and everything is floating online with all these ads about Valentine, that you have to do something nice, or you have to do this, you have to do that. But I feel like gifts are something that you must bring to every single occasion. I don't say swim her in gifts. I just say be there sometimes. Like, give her a special gift, some roses, something to make sure that you show your passion for the other person. Because I know you're not supposed to buy people with gifts, but it's really, really nice feeling just to get a gift from the person you really, you know, care about. And it's also a way of letting know that you care about her, or she cares about you. Is many things that goes on. But because it's manufactured by the companies, this Valentine's Day, everybody feel like they have to be nice. And I think like it's the most scripted thing I ever seen in my life. And also Halloween. Like, Halloween is nice, I understand it, it's good, but when it comes to Denmark, we don't know how to do it like Halloween in America. Like, we are trying to copy from America, which is the most annoying thing, also with Valentine's Day and all this kind of stuff. But the one thing that I don't get, and which I thought is the biggest cheat in the whole world, is Black Friday. Now, in Denmark, they trying to do the same thing, but the problem is that they are just, you know, upping the price or making the normal price or whatever, and then they are upping the price before Black Friday, then they're turning it down to the normal price. So it is not lying, it is 90% off or 50% off or whatever it is, and that's how they really get get you, and that's how they really cheat you. Now, is it really mean? I don't think so. I mean, it's a business opportunity. It's a business way of making money. I understand when businesses, they do it. Is it legit? Yes. Is it dirty? Freak, yes, it is. I feel like it's something that you don't have to do and the customers don't have to know. Of course, they do it and customers don't know that much about it, but I just feel like it's cheating your customers, really putting your customers in bad light, really exploring your customers or exploiting or whatever you call it. And I feel like it's just bad for business. But these big brands, they don't really care about that. They just do whatever they want to do. And I actually think it's a very, very known big business practice that they do this stuff to Black Friday. Now, the most crazy part about Black Friday is Americans take the top of the deal for everything in the world. They don't care. Black Friday in America is crazy, man. You save like $30 on a toaster or something like that, and people get stomped to death just because there's some cheap things. I never got that. Also with the looting, everything like that. It's just crazy that America has come to this place where it's just, when you look at America, you look at a anarchy country, or you look at people doing whatever they want to do, stealing from businesses, stop being honest, all this kind of shit, gun violence, all this kind of stuff. And I think it's crazy that they bring the most days to other countries like Halloween, Valentine's Day, everything like that. And they are the country that is with the most violence, that we see school shootings, we see mass shootings, we see all this kind of stuff. And I just don't want people to project what they're doing over here, because we are not the same people and we're not the same culture. We have different culture. Also in America is known to say that Europeans don't have culture. Wait, one second. We are the reason that you are there. We are the reason that you are born. Not necessarily slavery, but we just saying you are the reason why you were there. Like European, you know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy to see it. Of course, I know there was some Indian people or whatever you call them. Yeah, Indian people. And I understand that there was some bad blood or some wars or whatever. And was it right? No, it was not. You don't take another land from other people. I just saying indigenous people or whatever it's called. But no, I feel like it was a horrible thing. But to say that Europe has no culture, Europe has all the culture in the goddamn world. Like, we are big and we have a lot of culture. We have the Vikings, we have the Slavs, we have the, you name it, Middle Easterns, we have the Empire, the medievals, like all this kind of stuff that we did, the different wars that we did, the different style that we got. Asia has its own culture, even though it's not necessarily Europe. I understand that it's an Asian continent, but I'm just saying, like, we have a lot of things over here that is really beautiful and really nice. And, dreadlocks came from here. And, people, they like to pretend that we don't have anything. Italy, Rome, England, Saxons, Germany, the German tribes, all this kind of stuff. It's all, project in culture. Like, we have a lot of culture and history. So when they say like Europe have no culture or history, I'm like, dude, really? Like, Americans can't even mention what countries are in Europe. Like, you know what I mean? So what are you to judge us when you don't know what's going on and you don't know our culture? Germany have, sausage, they have beer. Denmark have we also have beer. Like, that's something we share in Scandinavia. And Germany, of course. Switzerland got chocolate. They also got beer. It's kind of weird that all of the countries around. England, they got their own culture, their own language, all this kind of stuff. So to say that there's no culture in the world other than America is just plain stupid. But Americans, they are very uneducated about everything. I don't know what they learn in school, but they must learn something really stupid, because these people are really dumb. Like, they're really, really dumb. Like, they just live in their own world. But I really don't blame them, because it's mostly the system that don't want them to know about Europe, I guess. I don't know why, but it feels like the school system is set up to just focus in on America and not really the outside of Europeans, or give them hope that they can travel, make a business elsewhere, anything like that. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is for the future of America. But anyway, there's a lot of going on in the world, but we just gonna focus on the positive things right now. I just want to say that I'm really happy to make these podcasts, and I'm really happy just to talk about things and talk about different topics. I really do enjoy it a lot. I think it's really amazing just to observe what is going on in the world, and the different topics that we have. We have war, we have everything that goes on in the world, and it's just crazy. I read that the AI is taking over everything. The AI in the future, you can copy everything from food to traces to weapons to everything like that. They can even make a weapon nowadays with the 3D printer. Yeah, and I think it's just an amazing thing that AI is this quickly to I just think it's crazy, the evolution of AI between the years. I remember in 2000 when we have no phones like that, and then the BlackBerry came, or whatever it was, the Samsung little click phone, the ringtones that you had, and all of a sudden it just went crazy and it exploded now to iPhones, to big screens. You could get phones that's almost the size of an iPad. Like, it's crazy, right? And people, they put the prices up on these telephones. It's crazy, man. I see one phone and it's like a broken phone. So you switch it up and then you have like a a PC, not a stationary, but like a, PC you use to study and all that kind of stuff. 10, 11, 12,000 Danish crowns, which is unbelievably crazy. Why you would buy that phone? I don't understand what it can do without, like what can the rest not do? Oh, but it's iPhone. Yeah, I really don't care. Like, I don't buy a Gucci bag just because I can. You know what I mean? Like, that's not it. I need something it to do. You know what I mean? But people really do love these brands, and they really, compete with each other about who got the most brands and who got the best thing and who's caught up in the future and, all this kind of stuff, especially the AI stuff, because the AI is like a chat GBT. They have problems in school where people, they, use chat GBT to write the essays of school papers, which is very, very difficult for the teachers to see if it's a student or not. But again, as a student or as a teacher, you could see if the student is really, writing that, because, your students, how smart they are, how dumb they are, all this kind of stuff. So it's kind of crazy that, AI could go in and falsify your, applications. You can write emails, marketing emails. Like, it's a beautiful tool, but it can also be misused in the case of education, which I think is very bad, because when you take education, you're supposed to learn something. You can't really cheat your way through without knowing anything else. You're going to stand on the other side getting a job and you don't even know what's going on. You know what I know? You don't even know 2 plus 2. And that's the crazy part of it. But I really hope that teachers, they can see what's going on and they can just really, fight this. And we can use it for good things. The fun thing is that every time people, they talk about technology, it's always negative. Like, the world is going to be taken over. Like, people, they're going to be killed. The evil AI, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, why is there no positive things of what AI can bring? I mean, heart transplant, doctors, operations, perfect operations, because it drives into a pattern. We can use a lot of things like fake organs, all this kind of stuff that it really can produce, which I think is a very beautiful thing, and I think is very positive. But people, they always talk about this narrative about the Hollywood movies. When they see the Hollywood movies with the technology, it's always that they trying to take over the world. They're trying to kill people. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do that. But I don't think AI is that bad for the world. I think it's a very, very good thing. Of course, in case that it gets used right. If it gets used wrong, which it will, because there are some greedy people out there, some assholes that we see in the war now that really want to use it for the bad things. I'm not saying necessarily these people. I'm just saying countries will to use it for the bad thing. But yeah, they probably will to use AI soldiers in the future, 100%. But I saw this thing where you could just, print everything and you could do everything what you need. Even food they trying to replicate, which they actually succeeded replicating a good portion of it. Like, you can get the micro whatever it is and you can copy it and it's the exact same beef, which is crazy. Like, something in the movies in the 60s and 70s is actually true. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I'm not from the 60s or 70s. I'm just saying, heard it from my dad. All the movies that they watch, is just crazy that it comes through right now. And I hope you're not as scared. I hope you have a beautiful life with it. Like, AI is going to help a lot of things. It's going to, make us do things that we thought we couldn't do. I'm just excited when it becomes like the world inside of a technology where we can buy property, we can do all this kind of stuff and, basically drive in there, because the world seems to go to hell. So why, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, we can look negative and positive on it all the time, and it is what. Anyway, I also want to talk about, TikTok application. Now, TikTok is in the crossfire. It's been a while, but I just wanted to talk about it on here because it's the second podcast. But they've been in the crossfire that the Chinese government is spying on USA citizens, and it's always the Americans. It's always the Americans. The Americans are so goddamn afraid of everything. You know what I mean? But they're getting, surveillanced every single day by their own government. But they talk about they free. They talk about all this stuff. But TikTok got in the crossfire because it really, they're scared that they promote the data to the Chinese government. Which I'm like, dude, okay, so you hate TikTok because it's from China, but Google and Facebook and all these other sites, they could do it. Instagram, they could sell your data, they could collect your pictures, they could do all this kind of stuff. But TikTok, because it's China, can't do anything like that. Which, I mean, like, us people, we really have to wake up for this stupid shit. Like, it's just the dumbest thing I ever heard in my entire life. Just because you have an enemy over here, they cannot collect my data, but we can collect your data safely. What you want with my data again? I know you're not gonna use it because you can, because there's so many people in the world that it can't be done. Like, you can't check every single data by hand. You have to get an AI or a robot. But I'm just saying, like, it's so, wrong to assume that you can ban one thing, but you can't ban the other thing because we are making money over here. They do not deserve to make money of this. You know what I mean? And that's typical America for you. As long as Americans, they can keep making money, F everybody else and F everybody who's going on. And it's crazy. It's really crazy to see, but, it is what it is, and we can't really do anything about it, unfortunately, because the companies got us all by the balls, and we don't really concerned about it anymore. I hear some people talk about it like it's concerning and everything like that, but the majority don't really care. We don't care. We like to live in this secure state of mind, and don't blame. It's all good. I mean, mean, we love security in the world, and that's the reason why we live so good as we do, because we have this security that we build up around, and we can't live without it. We survive us first, like I told you before. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing though. But the world is kind of crazy, and the world is kind of funny. You know what I mean? Also, these podcasts that come through with all the ladies that comes on, and about feminism, about masculinity, whatever they talk. And then the funny part is, every time they made a podcast about this, it's always the original Joe, like these guys who never seen any success in their life. They are trying to talk to people who is very successful and very comfortable, but they're not picking down on other people. But these guys, they're trying to make beef, and it's like a trend, and they're not the prettiest guys in the room, like they're not whatsoever. But they made this podcast about what cool of a guy they are, how many girls they fuck, how many things they do over abroad, and that people want to be brought over from other countries, and all this kind of stuff, and all this kind of man stuff that people, they like, don't forget that you a man. Of course you should not forget it, but I'm just saying, how many podcasts do we have of these things? And the reason why of it is because of the guy called Andrew Tate, because everybody's trying to be that little insecure boy, which is so fucking insecure, it's unbelievable. I haven't heard a secure man bragging like he did. He's not alpha whatsoever. Alpha male is the definition of a comfortable male who does not brag about what he got because he already knows it. He does not put the nose in everybody or his own accomplishment into everybody because he don't care. He knows he's successful. He don't have to brag. He don't have to tell you all the time that you suck because he knows he's awesome. Mind you, mind your business. Now, all these little beta males or whatever you call it, beta alphas, they trying to be the big guy. They trying to be the big guy. But the reason why is because they putting on an act and they trying to make money. That's the whole reason why they do this shit. Because people love drama. It comes down to that, and people love it so much. People love to be scared. People love drama. People love to hate. Negativity is such a big thing in the world nowadays. And we got this big girl which came through, and everybody making fun of her that she got her man, or she got your man in her DMs, and she's like a big woman. And I think it's just hilarious. I think she's amazing. I think she's a good woman, man. It's so funny to watch when all these little bimbos, they get put in their place, and like this girl is just coming through. I think it's very funny. I think she knows that she like this, but she's just, I don't know, maybe we got some crazy people out there, but I think for the most it's an act. I really do, because it makes a lot of money, and when it makes a lot of money, trust me, people, they're gonna go. It's like Hollywood when they set up different couples, like different singers. So they might have a singer that is really popping and a singer that is not really that much pop, and then they get the fame off each other, which I see a lot. But yeah, definitely don't believe everything you see on TikTok and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of crazy. Also, a lot of people getting called out for being loving children too much, and that's kind of crazy too, that a lot of people getting called out for that. Now, this term really gets put out of proportion when they keep calling people that when they have no evidence, but they keep calling the person hoping it sticks, which is a very, very problem, because we have to prosecute the right people who do this against children. Children has to be safe in the space of the internet. They have to be safe in TikTok. They have to be safe everywhere. So we should not abuse this word. We should not abuse this thing to people who don't do it. But in order, the name, can't say it, but the name when you love little kids, right? It gets thrown around every time, and it destroys innocent people's lives. And these people who do it are really destroying the importance of it, that we throw it on people who actually do this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, when the internet comes through, everything is apparently funny. Everything is apparently, I gotta get you. I gotta get money, or I'm gonna destroy your life because you hurt my feelings. I'm like, how can you destroy a person's life when you just hurt your feeling? You know what I mean? We got scam donations. We got people, scamming, say they want to go to a different country, or, we got fake disease. People say they have cancer when they don't have cancer. There's a lot of scum of the people on this world, but it doesn't really surprise me so much, because the internet have really put a magnifying glass on all these douchebags. Like all these people, bad people in the world, they really put the magnifying glass on that, and that's the internet's fault, of course. But yeah, I mean, watch out there, and be careful. Be very careful, because people are just crazy out there. They do everything for 10 minutes fame. They do everything to make everything a fun joke. They do everything to offend you. And then when you get mad, they call you a Karen, because apparently that is the appropriate way of responding to somebody who get mad. I don't understand. But yeah, there are Karens out there. Trust me, there is. But I'm just saying, like, there's all these kind of trends that comes with the internet, and the one who goes after the one is just ridiculous and ridiculous and ridiculous, until it comes to a point where it's just like, dude, really? Like, but these kids, they eating it up. They eating everything up. They doing everything what the internet tells them. That's a new age. That's the new generation, and that's just how it's, I'm happy for them that they got so much information. I mean, you got Google by your hand. Why not search up, all these kind of things that could go on, like history or something like that, right? I mean, you got it by your fingertips, so why not do it? You got all this information, but it's kind of crazy. But yeah, anyway, guys and girls, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I'm gonna make another one. I'm sorry it took so long, but I have work, I have a lot of things going on. I'm trying to do whatever I can just to, currently music is really filling up. I really feel like making music right now, so I'm sticking to that. But I'm also trying to do other stuff. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you listened to the whole podcast. And if you really did, I really do appreciate you so much. Thank you. And please do subscribe. And yeah, write down in the comments down below, how are you? And where you from? Anyway, guys and girls, I love you so much. Peace.